Our next topic is Vision on the Sustainability of the Region by His Excellency Jorn Eugene Gjelstad, Ambassador of Norway to Serbia, to Montenegro and to North Macedonia, and Gunn Vik, Director for Global Hydropower and Solar Energy, Norwegian Energy Partners or Norway. The stage is yours.
Dear President-elect, dear Ministers, Excellencies, dear organizers, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I will express my gratitude to the organizers for inviting me to speak here today. This initiative on environmental, social, and governance issues in the context of a sustainable future is important and speaks directly to Norwegian businesses. Because these values represent the core principles of what is guiding Norwegian companies in their business practice. It also forms part of Norwegian companies' expectations to partners and future corporations. And on this background, I'm proud to be here with a Norwegian business and investor delegation who has embarked on a Western Balkan roadshow in order to look closer into the investment opportunities of this region. With adoption of the Green Agenda for the Western Balkans in 2020, the Western Balkan countries have started on the demanding journey of green transformation. Decarbonization of an economy is a huge enterprise which requires political leadership, organizational effectivity, adequate investments, and access to available technologies. And I very much agree with one of the previous speakers, Lukowski from the European Energy Secretariat, who stated that the drivers are basically domestic. And on this background, I would like to share 5 observations with you on pathways and enablers towards a sustainable future, reflecting experiences not only from Norway, but also from the Nordic context. First, any energy reform needs to have continuity and sustained progress. Strong and professional governance structures have to be developed in order to transform, modernize, and effectivize the energy sector if the desired energy security and energy output are to be reached. Second, state-owned enterprises or companies in the energy sector should be evaluated and reformed and modernized in accordance with international principles for corporate governance. Good and competent people are always important, but for them to succeed, they have to work within a system or a corporate culture which is designed for results. Third, the quality of the overall framework for regulating energy production, including the renewables, must be a political priority. To set the regulatory framework right is key to success. Fourth, the green transformation is critical, but not only for climate reasons. This is just as important to national economic interest as well. Europe is moving fast in the green direction. Alignment with green industrial standards is key for any country to sustain its access to European markets. And the cost for inaction will increase and become obvious to all. Additionally, the green economy has the strongest growth rate of the global economy, and renewable solutions have become cheaper, more cost-effective, and far more competitive than the fossil ones. So this reality should really serve as the motivating factor. Fifth, regional cooperation needs to be strengthened so that energy can be traded freely between countries in the region. This will make investments in renewable production and balancing capacities much more attractive for investors and businesses. Consequently, a coordinated initiative to establish an integrated regional energy and power market for the Western Balkans should be commenced immediately. This pertains not only material improvements for the transmission lines, but also political and legal facilitation for such a market. At this point, please let me also briefly reflect upon some solutions linked to new renewable technologies and production methods. which will increase both energy supply and energy stability. My first point is the technological breakthrough in battery design. This has solved the shortage problem and the storage problem of electricity generated from solar and wind power. We can now consume green energy at periods when we actually need it, and not only at the time when the energy is being produced. Specially designed battery system can now be put in use and have potential to store energy generated from all kinds of renewable sources. This is a revolution, and hopefully it will be available at an attractive cost. Second, battery system can also be designed and used to stabilize our transmission systems, so when added energy supplies from renewable sources and let on the grid, both the voltage and frequency can now be controlled so that unexpected disturbances or failures can be avoided. Third, the region of the Western Balkans has a lot of water resources. And one way of utilizing water resources more effectively is to develop reversible hydro plants with pumping systems. The latter have the capacity to pump water back into the upper reservoir and release it when needed. And in this way, creating kind of a feedback loop of the green energy flow. Fourth, carbon capture and storage is also part of the green transformation, and this methodology can separate and capture carbon dioxide from fossil industrial processes, such as steel and cement production, and compress and transport it to deep underground geological formations. And fifth, hydrogen production and hydrogen storage is a new and promising renewable carrier, which, if properly utilized, can make a valuable contribution to the green energy mix. So wind, solar, batteries, hydro, and hydrogen are all energy carriers and sources which we believe have a huge potential in this region shift to a greener society, away from coal and to a more sustainable and future-oriented production system. And I'm very happy to observe that the political resolve in this country to move ahead with this important transformative process is on the table. So I will now give the floor to Gunn Vik from the Norwegian Energy Partners, NORWEP, representing our energy industry. Thank you for the attention, and please, Gunn, come and take a seat.
And dear President-elect, prominent guests, thank you so much, Biljana, for inviting us to speak today. And I'm very sorry for my sore throat, bad voice. And I assure you, I did not party all night. NORWEP is an organization, it's a foundation, independent foundation, established both by the government and the industry. And our objective is very simple. It is to assist Norwegian companies to do business internationally. That's why we also had this roadshow to the Balkan areas, where we have visited Serbia, had a seminar there, and to Albania, and had a seminar there. Yesterday we were here having a seminar, and we'll go to Bosnia-Herzegovina later today, to have a seminar as well. And what we do is to bring in Norwegian developers and suppliers and meet with governmental decision makers that can explain the terms and conditions, and also meet with the industry to inform about the development from the Norwegian companies, so they also can be of interest for them to cooperate with. We do work with the embassies around the world on events like that, and we have around 100 events every year. And we also have local advisors sitting in different markets supporting the Norwegian companies. Norway is fortunate to have fantastic natural resources. And we have developed these over the years in a sustainable way. Starting back in the 1890s with hydropower, in the late 60s within oil and gas, and later within offshore wind, solar energy, hydrogen, energy systems, and so on. And when I say that we are working on this in a sustainable way, I mean not only the environmental part, but also the corporate social responsibilities and gender equality. And to say it bluntly, the government plays an important role here. They are setting the requirements and the expectations, and the industry has to comply. So they have to follow up. For instance, within the oil and gas industry in Norway, the government set rules, 10 different rules, but one of them was no flaring. So what the operators did, because they had to pay a CO2 tax if they were flaring. So what the operators did was to try to minimize their taxes. So they went to the research centers in Norway, universities, and the supplier industry to find solutions for their challenges. And every time they had a challenge that they wanted to solve, they went to this group. This makes Norwegian companies world-class problem solvers because they become innovative and also high quality, cost-efficient, and also with focus on the sustainability. The Norwegian industry now, they are using this experience and the heritage from the oil and gas industry over to the new energy sources with transferring the different innovations like digital, robotization, remote operations, monitoring. So it's good to have a big home market to play on for the companies. That's also something that is important in every sort of industry, because then you can also go international to earn money. I also just want to say that gender equality is important in this aspect. There are studies that support that you have happier employees, the working environment becomes better, and the best of all, the companies become more profitable. So I will then compliment you for the great event so far, and good luck for the rest of the day. And thank you so much for the attention.